A man asked my wife for professional services. As these services would be provided at his home, Paula told him that they would be provided only if her husband accompanied her. That is me. He agreed, but then when we met, he even got angry, changed the version, and he wanted to be alone with Paola. My wife, realizing that he was not speaking coherent or logical things, did not provide him any service. He even spoke to her in an inappropriate and disrespectful way. About 6 months ago, when my wife and I were going to move to Dublin, Ireland, we were looking for a place to live. Many weeks before coming to Ireland, I applied for different rental options that I found on the internet. In Ireland, and mostly in Dublin, there is a housing crisis. It was not easy to find a suitable place to live. I applied to many options and got very few responses. However, I received an email much the same as those that I received when I applied for other rental offers. A woman sent me photos of the place that they offered, also quite detailed information, but after several emails she requested money in advance. She promised that if I decided not to take that rent with her, she would just give me the money back and nothing would happen. She sent documents to sign a legal contract and even sent information about her, including a photo of her passport. What I did was search the internet for the passport number of the photo that she had sent me. It looked like a real passport, but I found a passport on the internet with lots of details that matched the one she sent me. She had the same passport number. I did not continue with the process. God urges that in every detail of life, we maintain all the principles of honesty. The principles that govern the world today are not based on honesty, because Satan is a deceiver, a liar, and an oppressor. Dishonest people are servants of Satan, who follow him and carry out his purposes. A child of God is not based on principles such as deceit and lies, but all his actions are carried out in God. He does it all for the glory of God. He does not accept selfish or dishonest gain. Many people consider that deviating from perfect honesty in business transactions is a small thing, but Christ, the Savior of the world, would not want it that way. He clearly said, "He who is faithful in a very little, he is also faithful in much." If someone takes advantage of his neighbor in small ways, he will take even greater advantage when tempted. A false testimony in a matter of little importance is as dishonest in the sight of God as a falsehood in something much more important. Many people who profess to call themselves Christians, and also many others who presume morality, practice fraud at an alarming rate. The people who keep the commandments of God must show that they are above these things. Dishonest practices which ruin dealings with our fellow men will never be carried out by one who professes to believe present truth. God's people do great damage to the truth when they depart in the slightest from integrity. One who has a reputation for being upright and honest gets respect, will win everyone's trust. Not only will his brothers in faith trust him, unbelievers will also be forced to admit that he is a man of honor. We must believe and practice the truth because God is a God of truth. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Today is the day to surrender to the truth.